Hello, Joanne Curley Sports Golf here once again, and I have an important question that every leader, every decision maker, every HR professional, and every individual contributor needs to know the answer to. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's everybody. Yes, everybody should know the answer to this. In fact, even as a parent, knowing the answer to this will help you raise your kids differently. I don't know. I'm just saying, once you get through with this video, I would encourage you to, in fact, I'm going to leave the slides below for you to download so that you can just really contemplate and look at, because this is the fundamentals of how to be a grown-up, how to define adulting in a very specific kind of way, because we use these words all the time. We talk about personal effectiveness all the time. We talk about leadership effectiveness all the time. But what does that really mean? A lot of times we use words, we don't even know what they mean. So I wanted to give very specific definition to this, because in my blueprint to develop leaders and managers, the first building block, the cornerstone of everything else related to how you lead and manage, is being personally effective. Imagine promoting someone. Once you get through this video, answer this question. Imagine promoting someone who does not have these things in place. Then you promote them and you pile on responsibilities when they can't even take care of themselves. So this is an eye-opening must-share video, so that everybody can get a clear understanding of where they're at in their own personal growth and where others around them are at, and others around them who you may consider promoting. All right? With that, let's get started. Okay, there are 8 core areas that are super important to being personally effective, to sort of see if you're grown up. And what you're also going to notice as we go through these is they are related to emotional intelligence. My definition, my sub-definition for emotional intelligence is emotional maturity. So you're going to see these components laid out as equal to emotional intelligence as well. Okay, so I'm going to go through the 8. We're going to talk and I'll explain them to you. And, I want to even invite you to write notes. In fact, if you've been following this channel, I encourage you to have a leadership log, a learning log, a development workbook, because everything we do relates to our blueprint and will be added to your development plan. Additionally, with the new release of the Time Coach, these are components you might say, okay, this is an area after I've gone through the 8, I may want to really focus on blank, whatever area it is, and you're going to use a Time Coach to be able to make those incremental improvements. And if you haven't seen the Time Coach video, I'll link it above, and we'll see it, it'll be in the video to view next, because that's really an important component, a practical tool to help you grow and develop related to this 8-point framework that I'm going to be sharing with you. All right, so first let's even look at what the heck it even means. So I love this definition, by the way, thanks to ChatGPT. It's the ability to be efficient and skillful in managing your emotions, your actions, your behaviors, and your resources. It's your ability to achieve outcomes and to make a positive impact not only on your life, but the lives of others. So it's being able and being skillful, basically to self-manage, and so that you're making a positive life impact on yourself and others. I actually really love that definition. So now, in order to be able to do that, then here comes the 8. The first one is self-awareness. You know what? You can't change what you're not aware of. So you have to be able to see, able and willing to see yourself clearly. Your thoughts, your emotions, how you influence others, your strengths and your weaknesses, and how that relates to your values and your goals. And the second is self-management. Okay, so now that you are aware of yourself, how can you manage yourself? So that has to be part of it as well. And here's that real key component. You have to be able to take responsibility in order to be able to change it. And that's a key element of maturity. And then part number 3 is you have to be able to get new outcomes, which means you have to be able to change. And you can do that through goal setting, breaking down things into actionable steps. But the point is you have to be able to change something. That is a critical piece to personal effectiveness. And that's one of the reasons why we created the Time Coach, to help you do that. Okay, number 4. Part of that then, and this is related to the Time Coach as well, is time management. How do you leverage and use time, allocate your time to get the important things done? Are you able to, because time management is personal management. It's your ability to plan, organize, schedule so that you can be productive and get specific kinds. What are you producing in your life is really what number 4 comes down to. All right, number 5. And then all of that is related to decision making. Is you want to be able to, how are you making decisions? Are they informed? And really the skill here is able to evaluate, weigh options, and that are your decisions aligned with your values and your goals? So that decision-making component, as you can see, growing from teenage years to adult years, that's an element of personal maturity. Number 6, I love this. It is your ability to communicate by expressing yourself and by actively listening to others. So it's yourself, your relationship to others as well. You have to have your own voice. This is a critical piece of this component. You have to have your own voice. Can you articulate it? Do you stand up for yourself in the context of your relationship to other people? And then do you allow the same for them? This is a critical component of personal maturity and also personal effectiveness. Okay, before I go any further, I want to just pause for a minute and also do this in the relation to being a manager and a leader. So related to our last one, having your own voice, being able to relate to others, allowing them their own voice. Imagine if someone, a leader with power, positional power, is not competent at doing that on even a personal one-to-one level. That's pretty common in leadership and management. So that's why this being understanding personal effectiveness and understanding personal maturity before you give people more power and more responsibility is essential. Let's keep going. All right, so the next one is adaptability, and this is a fundamental life skill. And it is your ability to respond to what happens in life. I call the difference between being a victor or being a victim. Life happens to you, or life happens and then you respond to it. This is a really critical component of becoming a grown-up. And if that is not healthy and you give someone power, that could be very destructive in the workplace. All right, number 8. And that basically is, hey, I know I've not arrived. This is basically also what I call ego management. I know I'm not arrived. I don't know everything. I know I need to keep improving and getting better or expanding or self-correcting. And that's what growth is all about. And someone who's personally effective embraces that and runs with it. All right, so in summary, what's it mean to be personally effective? Well, it's a lifelong journey. It requires self-reflection, practice, and the willingness to learn and adapt. Those are the fundamental qualities you need to look for, not only in individual contributors, but also for leaders and managers as well. Okay, there you have it. Now, I really wish I probably should name this video "How to Be a Grown-Up" or how to be adult. What does adulting look like? So I hope you found this video helpful. It can be used in a variety of contexts. Please share it. Please use it. If you are a fellow HR colleague, this is a must for every HR colleague to have in their learning library. And if you need any help, always feel free to email me. Make sure you check out my LinkedIn learning courses on employee behavior. But I'm here for you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, because this is where you're going to get that really in-depth information that's going to help you grow as you go. All right, I want you to rock your story and rock your talent. All right, bye for now.